sweep over St. Thomas and face Northern Michigan in the semifinals of the CCHA tournament this weekend. Mike, your thoughts on the first round series and then as we head into this weekend against the Wildcats?
First round series was what we expected. We knew it'd be hard. Watching tape on St. Thomas, their progression and the job that Rico and his staff has done is evident. And we knew it would be hard, and we were pushed really the entire first game. We were aided by an opportunity that we scored late in the game on Friday to get it to 1. I liked our answer on Saturday, but it took a while. And so, at this time of the year, it's about trying to find a way to win and progress and move on. And we feel fortunate with that. And now hopefully we can take advantage of being in our own building on Saturday.
Kevin Dudley, the Mankato Free Press, joins us. Kevin, do you have a question?
Mike, now that you're down, to single elimination here in this tournament, do you feel like that's kind of a good primer for what's to come, in the NCAA tournament?
I hope so. When we were in this situation, a year ago, Northern came in and embarrassed us a little bit in our own building, deserved the win. They were playing very well, incredibly hungry. I think Grant Petolny does a really good job at preparing his team. For them to go in and play Lake State as well as they did Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and finding a way to progress their season, I think we're going to have our hands full. But, it's one and done moving forward in our tournament. And, you play for home ice, so we want to take advantage of that. But I know Northern's going to come in confident because they earned the opportunity to be here, and they've been here before and succeeded. So I think it'll be an uphill battle, but it's one that we're looking forward to having the opportunity to do in our own rink.
You have a follow-up question, Kevin?
Just in terms of Northern offensively, they're so explosive. A lot of guys that can put the puck in the net, they can do it in a hurry. What are going to be the keys to kind of slowing them down?
Just don't create their offense. They're good enough on their own. When we're good at managing the puck and possessing the puck. And I think Northern's the exact same way when they're really good. You look at a couple of their defensemen in Newhouse and Cosgrove, two guys that have really taken off, I think, offensively over the back half of the year. They're playing with tremendous confidence, and they complement that group of talented forwards very well. And they come at you in waves, and if you don't manage the puck real well, they're going to make you pay for it. So we're going to have to defend well, and when we do have the puck, make sure that we're managing it in a manner that can help create offense for ourselves and not trigger or start their offense.
You have another one, Kevin?
You touched on this a little bit already, but last year what happened in the semifinals, obviously that was a lot different with, you didn't have quite the advantage you're going to have Saturday with not nearly as many fans. But is that something that you've talked about all this week? I mean, I know it's the same team, but for the guys, you think that's something that's in their mind, what Northern did, on this same stage last year?
Well, experiences teach you best. When it doesn't predict the future, you try to learn from them, whether they're positive or negative. And, we came into that game with the same intention that we have right now, is to go out and have an opportunity to defend our home ice and progress into the playoffs in our league. And they stopped us from that because they earned it. They were a better hockey team that day. I thought they were more committed in a lot of different areas, and were rewarded for it. So, anything at this time of the year, you're going to have to earn. And so we've got to be willing to go out and earn it. It doesn't matter if it's here or up at Northern. So we want to take advantage of sleeping in our own beds and, having a chance to play in front of friends, family, our student body, the community. And, it's why you do what you do during the regular season. You want to have the opportunity to be playing at home. So it should be a great competition because, like I said, they've got a lot of guys that can hurt you in a lot of different ways. They're playing their best hockey, and I'm sure they're excited about coming into our building and trying to take it away from us.
Hasty, going into the playoffs, you talked about the importance of depth and contributions from everybody and depth scoring, and Sam Morton ends up being forward of the week in the CCHA 5-point weekend, and you could have nominated a couple other guys. Pavel Brendel's another guy who had a nice weekend. So it was really nice to get some production from some of those players from other lines than the first or second line guys.
Yeah, and for us, when we're at our best, it's when our best players are our best players, but we've also got the secondary scoring. And I thought, the line of Hillman, Grega, and Pavel were one of our best lines on Saturday. They were complete defensively. I thought they were hard to play against. They were physical, and they were rewarded for it at the end of the game because they did the right things at the right time. And we're going to need, at this time of the year, if you're relying upon one area of your game to get you through it, you're playing a little bit of Russian roulette. So the more eggs we can put in our basket, if we can play with our depth offensively and defensively, whether that's up front or at the blue line, it just makes you a more difficult out. And so, like I said, you're going to have to do a lot of things really well if you're going to beat Northern at this time of the year.
Hasty, I think I went old school there. Did I say Pavel Brendel instead of Andre Pavel? I'm sorry about that. Kevin, do you have another question for Hasty before we wrap it up and bring in Wyatt Aamodt?
Yeah, but just no one in particular, but as far as availability for Saturday, as we stand right now, how do you look? Anybody that might be questionable or hasn't been practicing, or just anything on availability? Yeah,
the only one that's not practicing right now is Bennett Zamolik. Otherwise, everybody's full go.
Joined now by senior captain Wyatt Aamodt. Wyatt, your thoughts on the first round series wins over St. Thomas, and then maybe your thoughts on this weekend and what we have to do against Northern Michigan to keep on playing in the CCHA tournament.
Yeah, PA, I think off this weekend, that definitely wasn't we didn't play our best. No excuses there. I think that's on us as a leadership group. We got to prepare that group a little bit better, and so we're taking a lot of blame for that. Like I said, that's on us there. I think we got to come out with a better start. We got to be, win some more faceoffs, and that's a whole group. That's not just our centers. Our D got to get in there and win some more faceoffs, and we just need some more guys contributing. But like I said, that's on us as a leadership group. I think we'll take the responsibility on that. With last weekend, but just good to get through that series in 2 games. And then about this week, obviously Northern Michigan's a dangerous team. They got a good group of forwards. They're skilled. They're hard. They're confident right now. So I think we just got to do our best to establish our game early and get on them. And, hopefully get the first one.
Okay, thanks for that. Kevin Dudley from the Free Press is on the line. Kevin, do you have a question for Wyatt?
Yeah, Wyatt, just given what happened last year in the same stage against them, is that something that you guys learn from, or is it something that you kind of just, want to flush and not think about? Just kind of how do you approach the same, matchup in the same stage as last year?
Yeah, I think, obviously it's in the back of a lot of our heads as returners, but our whole thing this playoffs, our motto has been, the last year's this is a new year. Kind of turned the page in that book a while ago, so this is a new year of playoffs. A lot of different things can happen now. We've got a different group of guys. We're confident in our group of guys. I think, we know our identity. We know what we got to do to be successful, but it's just coming out there and establishing it early on Saturday.
Follow up, Kev?
Yeah. As a defenseman, when you look at what this team can do offensively in this group of forwards, is that something you look forward to going against a team that can score as much as they can?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, they have some dangerous forwards. They have a few good D-men that can score. They like to get up in the rush. But I think our team's got the same thing there. So I don't think it's weighted too heavy one way than the other. We have a lot of good players on our side too, whether that's our forward group or our D-men too. I think we got a deep D-core as well. So I think it's going to be a high-powered back-and-forth game, but I think the big thing for us is just establishing our game early and getting that first one because, like I said, I think we've been preparing well all week. I think it's just got to come out flying on Saturday. That first 5 minutes is going to be big.
Go ahead, Kev, if you have another one.
Yeah. Well, just in terms of now you switch to, it's all going to be single elimination from here on out, the next week, this week, next week, and then the NCAA tournament. Maybe just talk, is there any kind of mind shift approach that happens there? Because, the margin for error just gets that much smaller. One mistake gets magnified that much more. Maybe just talk about this switch to single elimination from here on out.
Yeah, like I said, that's going to be a little bit different. Coming out of that 3-game series last weekend, like I said, we didn't play our best game Friday. I think we all know that, but that's in the past now. I think we just can learn from that there. Like I said, these games being single elimination, it's just going to be big for us. That just shows how important the start's going to be. But at the end of the day, we're all competitors. This is why we play hockey. This the most fun time of the year. So I don't think our group will ever back down from that challenge with it being a one-game thing. Just go out there and play our hardest 60 and put our best foot forward and see where we fall.
Final question, if you have one.
Yeah, Wyatt, your D partner Jake Livingstone, he's really taken a step this year. I think defensively but offensively. I mean, you look at the numbers. Maybe just talk about what you've seen from him in his sophomore season.
Yeah, like I said, I think Livy's taken a really big step this year. Obviously, you saw him coming as a freshman last year. Play with a lot of poise. He's got skill. He play hard. He kills penalties for us, blocks shots. And I think he's just transitioned into this year, even taking another step. He's a great guy. He's got a really good work ethic. I think the best part about him is he's a competitor. Every day he's out here, he runs a little bit hotter than others, with his emotions. But I think it's just because he cares and he just wants to be better. He holds himself to a higher standard. So I think that's helped me a lot this year as a player too, just learning from him. Even though he's a couple years younger doesn't mean you can't learn from him. So I think, I've learned a lot of things from him this year as well, and I know other guys in our D-Corps have. So we're really excited to have Livy back there and just hoping he can keep playing his game moving forward, because when he does, he really helps us.